Just a little over the halfway mark. Just how do you evaluate so far what your team's done?
Well, I'm happy that we've set ourselves in a position to fight and be in the playoffs. So there's still a lot of work to be done. But the goal during the year is, hey, we want to make the playoffs, and we're in a position that, there's half the games left, and we're in a good position. But if you sit on it, things change pretty quick, right? And in this league, we saw it. I told you guys that I think a month ago. It's the same thing now. You win 3 in a row, you're in first place. You lose 3 in a row, you might be out of the playoffs. So we have to keep fighting. I like where the team is at. I like the vibe around our team. I like how the players care about each other and stand up for each other and want to win and want to have success. So we're going in the right direction.
Sort of heading into an Olympic break with a roster freeze there, and then the trade deadline coming up is almost as soon as you come back. Yeah. In your mind, have you sort of identified, this is a need, this is a need, we might have to do A, we might have to do A and B? Like, has that plan come together yet?
Yeah, well, you always do it. Like, every day I get up, I'm trying to improve the team. Like, whether it's internally with call-ups, internally when I say improve the team, there's also the office staff and the scouting staff and all that. So you're always trying to move the team forward. So we'll see where it's going to go the next few weeks. Yeah, if there's opportunities to improve a few things, I will. But you don't want to make changes for the sake of change. It has to be the right change. And trust me, my wife's annoyed. I'm always on my phone. So you work the phone, you talk to teams, and it might be different this year. A lot of teams are still in it. Sometimes at this time of year, there's a few teams you can say, all right, they already identified themselves as sellers, but I would say there's not as much as that this year. So for me, it's just to do my job every day and look at opportunities to improve our team.
Do you think the roster freeze during the Olympics, is that going to accelerate the market, or do you think people are going to pull back and wait until afterwards? Because, like you said, there are probably much more buyers at this point than sellers.
Yeah, but then again, the roster freeze doesn't mean you don't have discussions with other teams, right? So sometimes it's easier because you don't say, well, let's see how my guy plays tomorrow, or I have a player that's injured, or you work on something, then 2 games later the player gets injured. So in a way, it's going to be stable for a few days. And would you like to do something before the trade deadline, before the roster freeze? Maybe because it gives more time for the players to acclimate to a new environment and all that. But these things, you never know when it's going to happen, right? Like, it's because it takes 2 to tango whenever you want to do something. So I wouldn't be surprised if I guess we each have our own situation, because it's. When I feel the timing's good for me to add someone, doesn't mean it's the right timing for the other side also. So it's going to come quick after the Olympics for sure. And I wonder if some teams, maybe you have a player in the Olympics, and if some of those players are involved in discussions, well, I want to make sure they come back healthy from the Olympics. So that might slow things down. So we'll see where it goes.
Can you tell us whether you've engaged with the reps for Lee and Pajot yet?
We said at the beginning of the year, let's the season go. So we haven't talked lately, but it's I talk with the players all the time, so they know where I stand, and we're still going through the season, and we'll see where it goes.
Would you be comfortable going past the trade deadline without an extension with those players, assuming you're still in the playoff race?
Yeah, like it's this is the team I have right now. There's no. I don't give myself a deadline necessarily. They know I'm happy with them. They know I'm happy they're part of our team, and then we'll just go from there.
You talk about internal options. You've tried a lot of players out in the Romanov spot. How beneficial has that been for you to just learn the prospect pool and evaluate that way, rather than just going maybe off waivers or getting a depth guy that way?
Well, you don't want to make a knee-jerk reaction. The reason you have a minor league system, which I strongly believe in the minor league system, maybe because I played too many games in that league, but I believe in those guys getting opportunities. And when I talk to Rocky or in Bridgeport, I was going to say Syracuse, sorry, just out of habit. In Bridgeport, all right, who plays well, who deserves to be called up, and we give them the opportunity. And some of the guys that we've sent back, it's not necessarily because they were necessarily playing poorly, It's just, hey, let's try somebody else. A few guys deserved an opportunity, and they gave us good minutes when they're here. Right now, it's Cole McWard, and he's played well, and we'll see where it goes from there.
For a guy like Isaiah George, who played 33 games last year, struggled to stay healthy this year. Is there a plan or a hopeful plan to get him an opportunity as well, or is it just if he has to earn that opportunity?
No, it's not that he hasn't earned it. He's been hurt. He was hurt for a while, then we needed someone. He had just came back, so we wanted him to play a few games. Then he got hurt again, so sometimes it's bad luck for him. If he would have been healthy, I wouldn't be surprised if he would have had an opportunity also. It's just that he's been hurt. Hopefully he's supposed to play this weekend, so we'll see where he goes.
Are you expecting Bo Horvat to play on this trip?
I'd like to. We didn't bring him with us right away. I know initially we thought we'd bring him right away. We just decided to keep him home. He might join us on the trip, just for some treatment that we wanted to do. Would be just more easier for everyone to do that in New York. So I definitely expect him way before the Olympic break. So we'll see. I'd like to at the end of this trip, but if it's not the end of the world. If it is, good for us. So we want to make sure we do it right, so he doesn't take a step back.
Is there a tentative plan for when he would rejoin, or is that just kind of subject to?
I would say in the second half of the trip, potentially. So the first few days here, I don't like we want to do his treatment back in New York. So we'll see how he progresses.
I don't know if you could share, but is it a same injury that he's dealing with, or is it a different?
It's a similar thing. Not necessarily. The two aren't necessarily. It's a similar without necessarily being linked, because if you saw the two injuries, they were completely different movements, but that somewhat irritated the same area. So.
So, if he had not had the first injury, he still would have had the second injury.
Our doctors think there's a strong chance it would happen. So it's not. He didn't come back too early, because even when that was his third or fourth game, and even the last few days he wasn't even getting treatment on the previous injury. So it's just a bad luck that it happened on the same part of the body.
With the goalie situation, I don't know whether there's any progress with Varley, but are you at the point with Riddick now? He's on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Are you at the point to consider extending him, given what he's given you?
Yeah, it's just the same thing. He's been outstanding. I mean, honestly, I'm extremely happy the way he's played, and it's the same situation as with Anders and Pajot. Let's see where it goes. I might have conversations in the coming week, but honestly, all he's done for us is give us a chance to win every game he's played. We've been extremely happy with the way he's played this year.
Is there any update on what Varley can and still cannot do?
I'm going to sound like a broken record, and the reality is it's like you see him, and when you guys come to Northwell, he's on the ice, he does everything, but it's close to the same stage. So he's doing a bit more on the ice, I should say, right now. Like you can see him, he's dropping more, doing movements, and we said from the start it was going to be a long-term, step-by-step, and we're still in the same. There's no setbacks by any means, but it's one of those injuries that the progress you can't predict it. It's not like some injuries. It's 3 to 4 weeks or 2 months. It's how you progress that's going to dictate it.
I guess the way to ask it is, moving forward, can you plan on him being in the mix, or do you have to assume that you need other options as to work with Elliott?
Well, you have to be said that there's a reason we signed David Riddick too.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know what to expect, and so his situation won't necessarily affect what I do with David right now, because we don't have an end game right now with Varley. So.
Waz rotated the lineup a lot. Just for Siblikov, what has been your evaluation so far of him this year when he's played?
Well, listen, it's a good problem to have, because we have a lot of players that are playing well. He's had a tougher start of the year, and now if you look at our record, I mean, a lot of guys are playing well. Are we perfect? By no means are we perfect. Is everybody playing outstanding and always every game? No. But the other guys right now, I've just, it's not that he's bad. The other guys have been just a bit better than him, but I still believe in Sippy. Like, he still has the abilities. He just has when he gets the opportunity to take it and force us to keep him in the lineup. Right now, it's not that he forced us to take him out, it's just the other guys have forced us to keep him in.
How are you evaluating Matthew Schaefer halfway through the year? I mean, not just, there's a lot of riggers that come with playing in the league, right? The penalties drawn, the hits, the ice time. How's he handled this half season?
Well, I would say he's been adequate. So, no, he's been. Listen, he's. We said from the start, like let's see where it goes, right? Like we started, let's see where our training camp goes, and let's see how the first 9 games go. But he's just, like, and what I've been really impressed with him the last month and a half, is how now he's been early in the year. We maybe, I don't want to say sheltered his minutes. Even if he had minutes, we were careful with matchups. And now he's been playing against the top lines on every team and doing a really good job. So his progression is outstanding. And what's great about Mathieu is he's not going to sit on it because, and sometimes young guys, they don't have the maturity. They might think, hey, everything's great. It's I'm so good and I don't have to work. He keeps working every day. And so I think he's still going to improve just because he's young, and the work he puts in, he's just going to become a better defenseman.
And then, did you get a chance to watch the World Juniors and just your evaluations of Eklund, Bulletin, Aitchison, etc.?
Yeah, listen, as a Canadian, I'm always disappointed when Canada doesn't win. But our guys played well. I mean, Eklund was the player of the game in the gold medal game. He's a water bug that scratches and claws his way around the zone. I really liked this tournament. Thomas Politin, who broke my heart with the game-winning goal against Canada, but he played really well. All our guys, I mean, Aitchison too on Canada, they dressed a lot 7-8D, so it's tough on the ice time. But if you look at what he's doing in Barrie, he's got 19 goals in 29 games, so he's been great. And Cole, unfortunately, had an injury, Cole Eiserman, early in the season, and he came back, and we know what he can do with a shot. Like, he's an elite shooter. The U.S. have a deep team, so they move them up and down the lineup. And people put a lot of pressure on these kids. Yeah, the U.S. won 2 in a row. They lost in the quarterfinals, but it's a tough tournament. It's a one-game thing. So, and Bednarik, who has a more supporting role, I thought he played well. Like he took face off, but we knew he wasn't good. They weren't going to put him in an offensive situation. That's not the type of player he is. But I thought he competed. All 5 of our guys competed hard, and. 3 of them have medals, so I guess it's a good tournament.
Is there any update on Romy's progress from his injury? Has he been able to get on the ice? And
not yet, but he's actually progressing really, really well. Like even with his shoulder, I challenged him to a YMCA last time to show me the moves, but the Y wouldn't go up yet. But no, he's progressing really, really well. So it's still. Even when you feel good, those injuries, you still have to let it heal. So, like the closest he'll come back is sometime in the playoffs. So, but there's a chance for the playoffs for sure.
oh, great.